Eudemon from Noir Grimoire. Happy New Year. It's been a long while. Today, I want to talk to you about creating servitors. I feel like it's a great topic to kick off the year with talking about creating beings to serve us. So basically, what is a servitor? A servitor is an energy, an entity that we call forth to do our bidding. Now, I'm going to tell you about two different types of servitors and energies from ancient Greece. The two types of servitors that I have taught my students to create are the Greek Eudemon and Cacodemon. So the Eudemon basically means noble spirit. The Cacodemon means malevolent spirit. So the difference between the two is obvious. One is good and one is bad. Both are beings that you are calling forth. So for your Eudemon, there is a term called eudaimonia, and eudaimonia basically means living in perfect harmony with your demon. Basically, it's like a perfect possession. It was thought to be very lucky and blessed if you had a Eudemon, if you lived in a state of eudaimonia. Socrates had a Eudemon, and he credited with this demon with all of his success, saying that no matter what form of divination he used to come forth with his knowledge, the Eudemon always gave him the most correct information. And I think that that is amazing. Well, Socrates is this noble one that we keep speaking about hundreds of years later, had a Eudemon and lived in eudaimonia. So how do we create a Eudemon and a Cacodemon? It's very simple. This is an advanced practice because it all comes down to your belief. If you are a new witch or magician and you are not rooted in your magic yet and your power, and you don't know that you can do any and everything, this is not something you should attempt because you will probably fudge it up. You're going to be afraid of what you're creating, even though you're only bringing forth an aspect of yourself and putting it out into the ether. It's just something that you have to believe in. So creating it is actually very simple. You're just speaking it into existence, abracadabra. So I speak it and so it is. So what you want to do when creating your Eudemon or your Cacodemon. We'll start with the Cacodemon first, which is the malevolent one. You want to know exactly what you're calling it forth for, exactly what you want it to do. And this means every function of it. What exactly can it do? What can't it do? You want to enable it with a basic set of rules. It's almost if you're programming, a computer program or a robot or whatever it is. You want to make sure that all the coding is in that to where there's no malfunctions. So what you want to do is really sit with yourself and think, what do I want this malevolent spirit to do? Do I want it to be able to instill fear? Am I going to use it to kill people? Is it going to cause sickness? I would suggest having one core reason for each Cacodemon. If you need to create 5, then create 5. But I wouldn't have one that's like the Walmart of demons where it does everything from popping tires to causing sickness and bed sores. I would just stick to one. So let's stick to one. Let's just say we want one that is going to cause mental illness. So what you would do in that is you're going to think of exactly how you want it to. I want this mental illness to manifest in the people that I send it after in terms of causing schizophrenia. I want them to hear voices. I want them to see things that really are there, but only they can see it. I want them to always feel like something's whispering in their ear, telling them to do undesirable things. I want them to encounter this demon in their dreams at night. I want it to speak to them even in their sleep. I want them to think this demon is outside of their shower and they can't put soap on their eyes because they're horrified to close their eyes for 2 seconds. Think of whatever it is that you want this demon to be able to do. In creating these beings, you need to give them offerings. So you need to be able to give energy to take energy, even though you're creating it from yourself. So the proper offering for a Cacodemon is going to be an egg or meat. Don't need to sacrifice anything. An egg is the perfect offering because it is the promise of life. This is almost life. So you would have an offering for your demon. You would also want to designate a candle color for your demon. Now, when you're thinking of these things, you're just going to let your mind bring forth what it is. Because when you're sitting in your meditation and you're thinking of what you want this demon to do, ideas will start coming to you. The candle color may not always be black. Maybe the candle color for this particular demon shows you pink. Go with it. So if it shows you a pink color, then we know that our color for this demon is going to be pink. But when we are creating this, we're just going to sit with white candles. So I have black here. I'm not actually creating anything, but I would just do a white candle and then some incense, a regular scent, sandalwood, whatever, for your first time, whatever it is you want to use, and that is getting you in the mood. So we've already figured out what exactly we want this cacodemon to do. Now we need to think up a name for our demon. So you can even speak it out loud. Demon, what is your name? What does this demon smell like? You want to come up with as much idea and meat and depth to this as you can, because it has to be real. For you to believe it, it has to be real. It has to feel real for you to be able to bring it out of yourself and birth it into the world. So let's say when these people encounter this demon, I want them to smell rotting flesh. Putrid, rotting flesh everywhere. I want them to be so nauseated from the smell that they just want to throw up all the time. That would be the smell for the demon. The feel. I want the feel of static in the air where, you know, my victim's hair raises on their arms and they get that chill that runs down their neck. So I would write that down in my journal. The name that comes to me, whatever name comes to you. If the name is barbarous, then write that down. So we've got the name, the feel, the smell, and the function. Now we're going to candle color. Got that for 5. Then we want to write down the day and time that we've birthed this demon. So today here in LA, it is Monday and it is 6 o'clock. So I would figure out the planetary hour for 6 o'clock on Monday. Let's just say it's Saturn. So I would say my cacodemon's name is Barbarous. His color is pink. He was born on Monday. It's the day of the moon, and he was born in the planetary hour of Saturn. And his scent is patchouli. Maybe I've envisioned that he likes patchouli as an incense that I will leave him. His offering is going to be that egg. If I wanted to take it further, I could think I need a scary offering for this, because I need to get my mind into the thought of I'm working with such a malevolent force that I control. It's a wild, rancid beast. So I may even want to take rotted meat. I may want to take meat and leave it outside and let it rot in the sun, let it get infested with maggots, and then I would use that, because that's bringing my brain into that frequency that I need, that I'm messing with something, I'm creating with something that's not to be messed with. When I send it to my victim, it's not to be trifled with. So whatever gets you into the frequency and the vibration you need to be to create. So once I have all of this information down, I'm going to ask the demon what he looks like. I need to see that, because I need to envision that when I'm creating it and when I speak it into existence. So I will sit with that and meditate on it. And if a hairy beast comes to mind, something that looks like Bigfoot, then draw that down or try to describe it as best you can. There's no wrong way. This is coming from your psyche, from your higher self, from your intuition. Whatever it is, then go ahead and write down the description of what it looks like. So when you're ready to create, you're going to have your offering, you're set up your white candles for the first time, because you're finding out about the demon. So our white candles, we have our incense going, we have our offering down, and then I'm going to speak it into existence. And I would say something like along the lines of, barbarous demon, come forth and do what I have asked of you. I am creating you to instill mental illness in my victims. I want you to make them schizophrenic. Schizophrenia to me looks like, and then say everything that we just said. I want them to hear your voice all the time when no one's speaking. I never want them to have a moment of silence. Even when it's dead silence in the room, I want their ears to ring with words and buzzing and sounds. I want it to drive them crazy, never having a moment of silence to where they want to take an ice pick to their eardrums. I want this demon to be able to infiltrate their dreams. You're going to tell the demon exactly what it's going to do. do. You're going to go forth and harm only the person that I tell you to harm, never harming anyone else, and never, ever, ever causing death if that's not what you want. If you want this demon to be able to cause death, then give that demon the permission to cause death when you send it on someone. You are the one that is making this. You're putting all your energy into it, and you should feel the hatred that you feel towards the person that you would send it to. If you don't have anyone in mind, think of someone that pissed you off in the past and what you wanted to do to that person, and think of that anger and draw that out, that vibration up to the surface when you're speaking life and to this demon. You're just going to tell it what you want it to do, and you're going to say, and so it is done. And so it's done. So mote it be. You will respond to me when I call. I will give you your offering, whatever the offering is that you set forth, if it's going to be eggs or meat. Even when I think of you, when I cannot verbally call you, I want you to read my thoughts, and I want you to come. I want to be able to telepathically communicate with you as well. I want you to read my body emotions. If I feel like I am in distress, I want you to go forth and harm the person that is stressing me until I call you off, whatever it is. So once you're done, you go ahead and you're going to take your demon's name that you've written down. And if you can think of a sigil, then go ahead and draw a sigil for your demon as well. I have a video on how to make sigils. You can even use a sigil maker on your phone and go ahead and enliven that name and that sigil with your blood, whether it's menstrual blood or blood from your finger. If you are a male and you want to use your semen, you can do that as well. You have to enliven it. So you're going to go ahead, take your finger and draw the blood on that. That's kind of like your contract. You've created this thing and you have it. So then you would keep that in your grimoire. It's your page of what you've created, all the information about the demon, your blood, the energy from making that day. Like, you always have that. It's good to have that written down. And then you're going to go ahead, fold that up, or if it's in your grimoire, you're going to keep it and just meditate on it. Meditate on it. Maybe even also communicate with your demon that to show me that you are here. I would like to smell sulfur. You know, maybe you're not smelling rotting meat when you're around. You don't want to torture yourself like that, but give it some instruction of what you would like to smell when it's around. And remember, there's no fear in this. This is you bringing forth a piece of you and creating it. So if you get a whiff of sulfur, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, my child is near. Like, I'm created this energy and now I'm enlivening it. It's almost the same as consciously trying to create a poltergeist. Some of us have the ability, when we have been under great emotional distress or sexual trauma, anything emotional when we are younger and we're still open, or even as adults and we're still open, we push out energy from ourselves, it fractures and it creates a poltergeist. And we call in Ghostbusters and we think something's in our house, it's a demon, it's terrorizing us, when really it is you, yourself. You fractured yourself, and that is protecting you. It starts slamming things, it starts attacking family members. It's you. A piece of you has fractured. Now we are trying to voluntarily fracture a piece of ourselves and create this entity to do our bidding. So that is a cacodemon. That is our malevolent spirit. Also, too, if you get undesirable results from your cacodemon, you're not going to go scream and cussing it out. It's you. This is you. So you have done something wrong. So your intention wasn't strong enough. Your directions to it wasn't strong enough. You still have to thank it, give it its reward, its egg, its meat, whatever it is. And then the next time that you send it out, make sure you focus your intention more. If you need to give it more instruction, then make sure you do that, because it is not doing anything wrong. It is you. So if something goes wrong, you did something wrong. So let's move on to our Eudemon. The Eudemon is going to be our positive spirit. So the Eudemon has a different, lighter, airy feel. When you're creating your Eudemon, you should feel euphoric, happiness, love, just as loving as you can. The proper offering for a Eudemon is going to be fresh flowers. So I have here my fresh flowers. Just pluck them, your petals, whatever it is that you would like to use, and you go through the same process. You ask the demon, Eudemon, demon, what is your name? Your function, Tell it its function. I want you to protect anybody that I send you to. I want you to sit with them at their bedside in the hospital. I want you to provide them warmth and love and happiness out of nowhere. I want you to give that extra bit of to them if they feel like ending their life or they're tired or they're run down. I want you to attach yourself to them like an extra battery and allow them to draw off of your energy sources until they are at a point where they can function on their own, and then you will come back to me. I want you to protect them from car accidents, whatever it is that you want to charge this demon with. This is a demon of protection, of love, and you should feel like it is a privilege to send it to someone. The person has to be very dear to your heart, someone that you love and care for very much, that you're blessing with this, and that will help you trick yourself into the vibration that you need to create this. You have your flowers, your generic candle color, white, and whatever incense you want to start with. And then you just start the same questioning. What is your name, demon? Tell it its purpose. What do you look like, demon? What do you smell like? If you get a smell of cotton candy in your mind, then it's cotton candy. What flowers do you like? What association, what offering do you like? Think about it, and if that offering is going to be cotton candy and jasmine flowers or something like that, then you write that down. What color? Think about it. If green comes to your head, then you write that down. Even the oil, if you create an oil and you decide that you want to make a special oil for your demon, and that oil is going to be, I'll use it again, cotton candy infused oil with jasmine buds in it, don't make this difficult. It is so simple, it's fun and effective and powerful. Then you do that. This is your creation. And then you're going to go through the same process, the sigil, finding out the planetary hour, writing the day and the time that this demon has been created, and then speaking it into existence. Again, demon, if the name that you got for this demon was Sparkle. Demon, I henceforth call you Sparkle. You shall come to me when I call you. You shall come to me when I think of you, and you shall do my bidding. I would like you to, A, B, C, D, E, whatever, and so it is done. Let it be so, so mote it be. And then go ahead and let your candles burn out. Go ahead and do your sigil and your blood offering, and then you're done. And that's it. And then keep working with them. It also helps the more people you tell about them, it actually enlivens them. And a perfect example is, again, I'll say Jesus Christ. If nobody had have shared the egregor, or the story of Jesus Christ, 10 million times the energy that it has and its power, it wouldn't have. It has its power from people believing in it and knowing about it, and then they inject their own experience with it. Oh, I called on Jesus Christ and I had the feeling of warm fuzzies all over me and I smelled roses, and they associate with that, and then they put that energy into it and it becomes real for them. These Eudemons and Cacodemons are the same. If you tell your demon, Sparkle, your Eudemon, that it's going to smell like cotton candy, then start trying to make that connection. If you're out and about in the store and you happen to see a huge cotton candy display, don't just brush it off like, oh, it's just a coincidence. No, that's your demon communicating with you. Maybe that wasn't even going to be there. So start claiming every little thing that's in alignment with what you created and strengthening that bond, and you'll be able to really see how the things start to progress and strengthen. It's an amazing experience, and I think this is one of the things that breeds confidence, and confidence breeds results and makes you a stronger magician. When you start seeing things that you have created yourself working, you become a stronger magician because you're no longer doubting yourself. So that is very simple. It's so simple it almost seems like it's not going to work, but I promise you it does. Creating servitors is exceptionally real and very simple. Even if you don't feel anything when you started to create it and you keep working with it, you will. Even if you don't believe it, you could do something a little messed up and end up creating a little poltergeist activity in your house because you haven't fully commanded it, you don't fully own it, and you've created a conscious energy in your space that is just running awry. And if you start noticing things going wrong in your life, or mischievous things, and you know that you created it wrong, go ahead and correct it, redo the ceremony. This is what you are going to do. You only need to do it once, your dedication ceremony. of creating it and speaking it and telling it what it's going to do. After that, it's just as simple as telling it its function. You only need to tell it its function once. And after that, you want to use it. Okay, Sparkle, I need you to go to my mother and assist her in the nursing home and lay with her until I call you back and give it its offering. And then that's it. I hope that this made sense, and I hope that you have fun with it. I can tell you from experience, the students that I taught this to, within 1 week, they were having results and being able to command this thing. One person was able to command their Cacodemon to attack someone long distance and drive that person out of another person's life. Another person was able to use their Cacodemon to cause sickness in someone that was causing them grief. Another person was able to use their Eudemon to soothe a friend that was depressed, and that friend actually said, unknowingly, not knowing that the person sent it to them, I don't know what's happened, I feel a lot better, doing a lot better. So it does work. That's 1 week of creating these. Students have never created one before, but they were practicing magicians. So this is something that anyone can do. Also, if you would like to come to any of my weekly classes, I am teaching classes every Friday for Nick Haunted Diary. All this information is on my Instagram, so I will put my Instagram link below, and you can join me every Friday at 5:45 Pacific Standard Time for a lesson. I'll be teaching the next 4 weeks on curses. So again, that information is going to be on my Instagram. Let me know your results from creating your Eudemon and your Cacodemon, and I hope to see you all soon. Have a great, great rest of the year. If I don't ever see any of you again because you quit tuning out, have a great rest of the year, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.